everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we're gonna jump back into Dark Life. Things were getting really, really exciting. Um, we found out Shade is Gemma's brother. We found out that he is gonna basically send her back to Topside. He doesn't want her to live with him, which really upset her because that was her plan all along. She really was looking forward to spending that time with her brother. And let's see. Before she could argue any further, a crack echoed through the saloon, and a blinding spotlight caught us in its beam. Freeze! Commanded a voice from above as boots clanged on the ladder. Whirling, Shade raced for the window while another spotlight snapped on, and followed him. Positioned on the first catwalk, the beam was so bright it was impossible to tell who held it. "Look at him!" someone shouted as Shade's skin turned translucent green. Though he blended in with the window behind him, the spotlight brought out his contours and kept him from disappearing entirely. The second light found him and illuminated his lower half, encased in dark pants. Storming forward, Shade lifted a bar table and threw it at the man on the stairs who was holding one of the spotlights. With a cry, the man dropped the light and jumped out of the way, landing with a thud. Shade tore towards him, darkening as he went. The beam of the other spotlight chased him across the saloon as he knocked aside tables and kicked over chairs. The man on the floor screamed as his HAR pistol flew from his hand, snatched by a nearly invisible fist. Shade paused over the prone man. Lars. A deadly sharp harpoon punctured the top of a metal bar table, sending me and Gemma scooting back. "Stop shooting!" a voice bellowed from the first catwalk. A familiar voice. Although the person was no more than a shadow on the first catwalk, I knew it was Doc. "Jimmy, your wild shots are gonna sink us," another voice barked. Raj. These weren't rangers here to arrest Shade. These were men I knew. With a running leap, Shade climbed a vertical strut. Hand over hand he went, with Lars's pistol tucked into the waistband of his pants. When he reached the first catwalk, he flipped over the railing. Illuminated by a spotlight, he advanced toward the second stair ladder, blanching with each step until his skin glowed ivory white and his eyes burned red. "Move!" he growled, putting a foot on the bottom rung. Still holding the spotlight, Jimmy backed off fast. "You're not going anywhere," Raj yelled down, taking aim with his HAR pistol. The spotlight's beam caught Shade on the stair ladder, making him the perfect target. "Stop them!" Gemma clutched my arm. "They'll listen to you." I shrugged off her hand. "He might be your brother, but he is still an outlaw. He deserves to go to jail." Halfway up the second ladder, Shade lost his footing, crumbling as if he'd been shot in the gut. Doc stepped into the light, holding an air gun used to administer vaccines, but it was now probably loaded with some kind of tranquilizer. Feet scrambling for the rungs, Shade clung to the ladder with one hand and reached for the pistol in his waistband with the other, only to twist as if he'd been punched in the shoulder by an invisible fist. His grip loosened, finger by finger, and he fell onto the lower catwalk, making the entire structure swing dangerously. Gemma sprinted across the saloon until she was underneath the spot where Shade was lying. Her face was tear-streaked, and she was breathing hard, but she said nothing as she stared up at him. "Geez, you were right, Doc," Lars said, amazed. He got to his feet near Gemma. "How did you know she would lead us to Shade?" Disgust rose like bile in my throat. Doc had known all along that Shade was Richard Strayed, and he had let Gemma think her brother was dead, even though he knew we'd seen Shade alive in the saloon hours earlier. What a rotten thing to do. I don't think Doc's a good guy. "He's doing it again." Oh, wait, I skipped a line. Sorry. As Shade rolled to his side, his skin danced with light as if his nervous system had gone haywire. "He's doing it again," Raj said, banging down the stairs. Doc closed in on Shade, who struggled to get to his knees. "How can he do that?" Jimmy's voice jumped up an octave. "I told you," Doc said, aiming the air gun at Shade's chest. "He's not normal." Sitting back, Shade pulled a thick needle out of his shoulder. "Surprised you're back in the ocean, Doc, seeing as last time didn't go so well. Destroyed your reputation, right?" Doc shot another needle into him. Like a silver shard, it glinted between Shade's ribs, but he only smirked. "Still sore about your hands? Least I didn't cut 'em off." I felt sick, knowing that Shade was the one who had slashed Doc's palms open. Raj kicked the outlaw onto his stomach. The needle flew from Shade's grip, rolled across the catwalk, and fell through a crack. Gemma jumped aside as it pinged on the saloon floor. Pinged. Onomatopoeia. Sorry, can't help myself. Pushing past me, Lars hustled up the stairs while Raj tied Shade's hands behind his back and took the pistol from him. Both wore the same expression that Grimes had, a twisted look of fear and hatred. Shade's dark gift made him a monster, and I couldn't help but wonder if one day they would look at me that way. When Lars stepped onto the catwalk, dread shot through me. I looked at Gemma, but with her focus on Shade, she hadn't noticed the rope looped over Lars's shoulder, or that it ended in a noose. A noose is that knot they use to hang people with. This isn't going to go well. The end of the chapter. You'll have to tune in next time to see what happens. Is Shade going to get away? Are they going to hate Ty because they're going to find out he has a dark gift? So exciting! See you next time. Be kind to one another. Bye, guys.